Welcome to Elevating Your Life, where each episode is dedicated to sharing valuable information, useful techniques, and empowering inspiration so that you can experience personal and physical abundance. Success and happiness are within your reach. I am your go-to gal who will help you find your happiness triggers and a true elevated life. I am your host, Paula Vail.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Paula Vail here. Oh boy, are we going to have fun today? I have been so excited for this interview. We have with us today Ken Honda. He is the author of Happy Money, the Japanese Art of Making Peace with Your Money. He is a best-selling author of self-development books in Japan, where he has sold more than 7 million books since 2001. This book is absolutely amazing. I loved it, Ken. It has so much great information. A little bit more about Ken. He is the first person from Japan to be voted into the Transformational Leadership Council, fluent in Japanese and English. He has lived in Boston and currently resides in Tokyo. Well, first off, welcome, Ken.
Thank you, Paula. I'm so happy and excited to be on your show.
Oh, and I am so happy to have you with us and so excited to hear all your fantastic information about happy money.
Thank you.
First off, would you like to share any background with us? What brought you to write this amazing book?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so briefly, I was born into an interesting family. My father was a very successful accountant, and he taught me a lot about money since I was 5-6 years old. He took me to a shopping mall nearby. He asked me which one is making most money. And I thought it's a fish market because a lot of people go in and out. But he said, but fish is very cheap. There's a mattress store, and also there's a real estate store. Less customers, but big profit. So for a young boy, it's like, wow, I never thought of that. So that was my beginning days. And since then, he taught me everything about business and money. So I started very young. I started my business when I was 21, and I could retire at the age 29 and for my baby girl. And for that, 4 years of just only changing diapers, I had this inspiration of writing a book. I was a law major student, and I was doing accounting job, consulting, investing. So writing a book is not really my forte, but I had this inspiration over and over. So I just started writing a small booklet and started giving away. And that booklet turned into a book.
And it is just full of so much fantastic and positive information. I love it. So I'm just going to ask you right off the bat, what's the difference between happy money and unhappy money?
Okay, happy money is money that makes you smile when you receive it, and also gives you joy when you spend it. That's happy money. For example, a 10-year-old boy gives a rose flower to his mother on Mother's Day with his allowance. That's happy money. Or young parents save enough money to send their kids to summer camps or soccer school piano lessons. That's also happy money. And the charity money that people donate to the hurricane disastered area, that's happy money. On the other hand, unhappy money is money that gives you frustration when you receive it, and also gives you guilt and anger and sadness when you spend it. By the way, unfortunately, 95% of all the money is unhappy money. And most of us are living in the flow of unhappy money.
Yes. In the book, you share a story that fascinated me. The woman that asked to see your wallet and looked at your money.
Yes.
She was checking Tell us about that.
Yes, I I do a party all the time. And then one time, I was approached by a woman, and she said she was interested in looking at my wallet. At the time, a lot of magazines are doing special edition of celebrities' wallet. You know, you'd be interested in what kind of wallet Justin Bieber has, or your president, or whoever. So okay, and I just gave her my wallet. Japan is pretty safe, and everybody's pretty trustworthy. So, but I was kind of checking what she was doing, and she took out all the bills, and she was saying, "Oh, this is okay. This is great. This is okay." I got really curious and asked her what she was doing. So she handed back my wallet and said, "Ken, your money is great." And I said, "Oh, what?" And she said, "Your money is smiling. That means you must have made a lot of people very happy and received money. And that's happy money." And she said, on the other hand, when people are doing what they don't love, like for a job and receive money, or if people take advantage of other people and get money, your money is angry or crying in your wallet. And wow, that is very interesting. And since then, I've been thinking, uh, some of my friends' money is smiling, and others must be crying. You know, so I realized that my life mission is to make all the money in the world smile. That's why I've been writing books. I've written actually 56 or 7 books.
Oh, and I'm telling you, Ken, every day for the rest of my life now, when I'm looking at my money, I'm going to think to myself, is this happy money or is this unhappy money? For
Yeah,
example,
so
if I give
yes.
to a charity, or I pay someone as a thank you for doing something for me, or
Hmm.
money received from a Reiki student, it's going to change how I look at it.
Yes, that's beautiful. And Paula, you are living, you have been living in the flow of happy money. So you really understand what I'm teaching about, because it makes you feel good. That's happy money. So unhappy money makes you feel so ooh and yucky and not good. That's unhappy money. So you can really tell. People ask me, how can I tell? You know.
Yes. Now, would you say to have happy money, you have to be wealthy, or can anyone have happy
Mhm.
money?
That's a beautiful question, Paula, because you don't have to be wealthy or you have to have a lot of money to be in the flow of happy money. Even if you make the same amount, you can smile and you can just dance while you on your way to work. Whereas unhappy people or frustrated people complain about the work, even if you get the same amount. And what's great about happy money is if you start appreciating your money, you start appreciating other people too. I
Mhm.
have one woman who participated in my seminar. She was always complaining about her boss, but she realized that it's a miracle that she doesn't have a good educational background, but still she was hired by this boss. And and she realized that how miraculous it is to get a job and receive monthly salary without any worries. So she started appreciating her boss about everything, and his boss was very surprised, but at the same time, she appreciated her back. So a few weeks later, she got a raise from her boss.
I
So
love it.
that's how appreciation also becomes more money too.
Yes. Yes. So would you say how we feel about our money affects our ability to create more abundance and to live in abundance?
Yes, and even if you don't create more abundance, you feel more abundant because you can appreciate, wow, it's amazing, even if you have a roof over your head and then you have a hot running water, you're in heaven compared to many people on this planet. So if you can start appreciating what you have instead of what you don't have, you feel blessed. It's
Yes.
not that simple, but it's doable, and it doesn't cost anything. All you have to do is start appreciating your money coming in and going out. I say arigato in, arigato out.
And would you say that having a balance of, let's say, okay, we have the money that we've saved or we put away for the future. I've always believed that's a good idea, but in the meantime, I've always felt, but I'm going to enjoy my life. I'm going to enjoy my life today, so I may spend a little of that to treat myself or my family to something. So would you say that's important?
Yes, according to my studies, there are many money types, and the people who often treat yourself too well, I call them spender type. For a spender type, you should do that maybe less than you do. You don't have to treat yourself every day or like 3 times a week if you're not making a lot of money. So it's also once again, it's a balance. It's almost like your health. If you're skinny, you shouldn't eat so much. If you're big and tall, maybe you need more food. So you have to really know how much is the right balance. If you're making little money, you have to really learn how to budget too.
Yes, I love it. I love it. And you have said money is
Yes.
not the problem, we're the problem.
Yes.
Explain that to us, Ken.
So to be precise, it's more of how we feel causes a problem, because we have so many emotions stirred up by money, and mostly negative things, because we think money brings security. So because of that, we feel so fearful around money, because when we don't have enough money, if we are stuck and money doesn't come in, we feel instantly scared about this not having enough money. So people do weird things, crazy things, if they're in a fight or flight mode. And then when you come to realize we're not going to die with no money situation, a lot of wealthy people at least have been to no money situation of 3 or 4 times in their entire life. But and most of us will never experience something like that, because we make sure that something like that will never happen. But we are so constantly afraid of this situation with no money. And since we are so afraid, that's why we don't leave the job we don't like and just venture out to the job we like, or going toward a beautiful life. And it's the same thing with relationship. It's so hard to leave a dysfunctional relationship because we are so afraid to leave what's not working. And money and relationship are very similar, by the way. So if you are clear with money issues, your relationship will also change too.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And you have said that when
Yes.
we earn and spend money, we do so with either love or fear. Tell us.
Yes. So one of the books I love is Dr. Jared Jampolsky, Love is Letting Go of Fear. And he says our communication, it's only two communications, love or fear. And when it comes to money, it's the same thing. Do we deal with fear, or do we deal with love? So when I receive money or when I spend money, I always ask myself, is this out of fear or is this out of love? And I always check to make sure that I'm using, when I'm receiving money, with love. And oftentimes we spend money because we are in fear. We don't spend money because we are in fear. So you have to really check. Otherwise, our life is so limited because of the fear we have around money. And most of us don't even think about what's possible in our life because of money fear. Because whatever you do in this world costs something. If you want to go travel, if you want to study something, if you want to experience something new, there is also a price tag too. So for fear of money, we don't even think about what's possible, and also we don't realize that it's happening because of fear. So unless you heal this money wounds, I call, or fear around money, you have this subconscious limitation because of money. And that's a tragedy that we have in the world.
That really closes a door, doesn't it? Where letting go of the fear and having trust and being open really opens a door, doesn't it?
Yes. So when I started as an author, I wanted to share what I know. So I started my book, giving away my booklets for free. And every day I was stapling 10, 20 copies. And I was so tired of doing that. And my friend asked me if I hire a printer, which I did. That was the beginning of my career. So instead of being in fear, I just decided to give out how many ever copies of my booklets for free. So the printer, I hired a printer, and without much knowing, I ordered 3,000 copies instead of 500, which I originally wanted. And after 2 trucks came to my house, and then our house is full of boxes, my wife said, you should get rid of all the boxes in a month, which I did. So I printed another, I gave away 3,000, and I printed another 3,000, another 5,000. And by the time I gave away 100,000 copies, a publisher called me. And then I started my second career in my life. So if I had fear around money, and if I had fear about losing money, I probably never started my second career as a writer and a speaker. So fear limits us so much. But if you let go of fear all the time, and then trust life, trust your future, and trust money flow, you have an amazing life, which I have been blessed for the past 20 years. Since I started writing, I sold more than 7 million copies. And I've been blessed by compliments that my books transform their life, especially around money, family issues. Because if you heal money wounds, your partnership and your family ties get stronger. And it's so amazing because a lot of us fight over money, and then that's a major cause of divorce in Japan. And I'm sure in the United States, it must be one of the major issues, if it's not the most.
Yes, yes. And, little issues about money can, not only cause divorce, they can cause
Mm-hmm.
problems with friends, families, co-workers.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So
trusting and letting money not control us so much would make a big difference, wouldn't it?
yes, but it's so subconsciously embedded in our system that
Mhm.
since we're a little child, um, probably 95% of us are so educated and brainwashed around the scarcity of money. We feel like there's not enough. If it's air, we don't worry about it. If you're, stranger or friends are breathing air right next to you, like, don't breathe my air. You don't say that because it's abundant. But when it comes to money, if somebody takes money out of your wallet and then spend it, you'll be super upset.
Mhm.
So unless we heal this scarcity mindset, as a human being, we'll be in trouble too. So that's one of the reasons why I wrote this book. We have to learn how to share and how to be in the flow without attachment. Otherwise, we're so stuck. So
Yeah.
my vision is, for example, uh, after healing your relationship with money, if 10% of what you have or what you make will be shared globally, I think we can solve most of our problems in a matter of months.
Mhm.
But we are so tied up with a security myth that we need money. So that's also something I want to help people to heal too.
Yes. And that sharing of our money affects the energy of the money. And really, would you say then it can open up a door to us receiving more money because we are
Yes.
in that sharing mindset?
Mm-hmm. What's interesting is that it works in business too. when I was doing an accounting job, I divided my clients to two groups. One group, I was doing a regular job and, nice, good job. And the other group, I always bring some small gift, like a little chocolate or book or a CD or whatever I thought my clients would love. No, little cost like $10 or so. It's not huge. So 6 months later, I just checked. The first group gave me some referrals, but not much. But the second group that I brought small gifts all the time, they were just giving me so many referrals. And it's because of what I gave. So in our human psychology, if we are given something, we feel this need to give back. So I think it's everywhere. I think as long as you're human. So I think it's so interesting. The more you give, the more you receive. And I think it's a law too. And for example, think of two florists that you have in your town. One florist always give more flowers, more something, free something, and she's very passionate about the flower. And the other one, she doesn't feel so excited. She's doing it because of it's her job that brings food on the table. Which florist do you want to go to? The one who gives out and a lot of passion, happy. We are drawn to those people who seem to be enjoying what they love.
Yes, and that is, out there in the service industry everywhere, isn't it? If you have a passion and love what you're doing, the customers are going to feel that you're caring,
right?
And it's going to come back and bring more abundance.
Yeah, so it's it doesn't really matter if you're a lawyer or florist or small diner owner or any job you do. The passionate people get promoted faster, and they're more liked by clients. And what's interesting is if you like your clients, respect your clients, they respect and like you back. That's a law of a mirror, I think. Yes. And then if you are in the flow of happy money, what's great is that you feel great about life. You feel so grateful about having your family, having your friends, having having your job, and having this beautiful time on this planet. And this gratitude somehow brings more, something more to appreciate about.
Yes, it really does. And I know a little thing, when I meet girlfriends for dinner, for lunch, what we do is we just take turns buying. We don't
That's fun.
Look at like, okay, yours was $1 more or this or that, or how much I spent last time. It's like, okay, this get together you buy, that get together I buy, and we just take money out of it and we enjoy and just celebrate being together.
Yes. That reminds me of my friend who was in the flow of unhappy money when I was 20 back in college. He suggested, why don't we stop celebrating our birthday? Because it costs money. So he was saying, don't celebrate my birthday. I'm not going to celebrate your birthday. That way we can save money. I said, something was very wrong. So, that's a complete opposite mental attitude, right?
Yeah.
It's not fun at all.
Yeah. What do you want most for the audience today, Ken, to take away from this message? Something they can think about right now, starting today. I'm going to think about this going forward.
I see. So Paula, I always believe in the same kind of people connected together. So I'm sure your audience would be like you, who are very passionate, loving, and also sharing. So you already, I'm sure the viewers of your program, they already know what I'm talking about. So I want to encourage you to do more, take a risk, and start saying arigato, or thank the money when it comes in, and thank the money when it leaves your life. That's number one. It doesn't cost any money. But if you're more advanced, I suggest you give a little more, $1 to a charity, $2 more if you can do 20 or 200, or if somebody can afford to do that, donate $2,000, or the number you never done. It's scary, but I'll just guarantee it gives you so much freedom and happiness, because if you give something, you realize that you have more than enough. And that is a beautiful feeling that opens the door to the next level of abundance. My mentor, Wahei Takeda, told me that the real key of wealth is arigato your money. Thank your money. Thank your life. And that way, you have an incredible abundance and appreciation in your life.
Oh, I love that, Ken. So, that big key of gratitude and giving thanks and thanking our money, that just makes so much sense. I had never really thought about it. I've always been a very grateful oriented person, but yes, thank our money. And that makes it happy money.
Yeah. So when you spend the next time using a credit card or cash, thank the credit card, thank the money. Oh, thank you. And also being gratitude that you can afford it. You can afford to pay something.
Yes.
And wow, I'm so happy I can afford this great thing, even if it's a $1 or $2 thing. Start appreciating, because what you appreciate appreciates.
It's easy to overlook the little things in life, and gosh, those little things are just everything. And having to do those things is powerful. This is just so fantastic, Ken. I'm so thrilled to have you on the show.
Thank you. I feel the same way.
Oh gosh. And so happy money. I love it. That's what I'm going to think about from today forward. And
thank you,
everyone out there, I hope you really enjoyed this, and I really hope you read his book. It's absolutely amazing. It's so fantastic.
Thank you so much. I'm sure it's everywhere in the bookstores and airport bookstores, Amazon. You can get it anywhere.
Yeah. Simple but powerful. It really is. That's how I'll describe it. Hugs and blessings to you, Ken. Hugs and blessings to everybody out there. Thank you for joining us today. Bye.
Thank you.